Victor, why do basketball players always stay home during the off season?
I don't know, Brett, why?
They don't want to travel. It is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
So we're going to be talking some NBA basketball. I'm loving the alternate Sixers jersey right there.
City edition from
Very nice.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yes. Dario Saric.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm in my retro Chris Paul, New Orleans Hornets jersey.
Not the Pelicans.
So not a busy week in the NBA. Again, kind of like last week. But there are some things. So the New York Knicks suck.
Yes, they do.
As a franchise, historically, certainly recently, just top to bottom, from ownership down to the players, down to probably even their G League team, they suck. So why do I bring this up? Well, there's a couple reasons. We'll get to the one. They now find themselves in the bottom three in the league, and probably will for the rest of the year. But the thing I want to mention is their first game, Victor, with their new head coach, who they already fired their head coach.
Yep.
Their new head coach, very first game. Julius Randle's at the free throw line, all right? They're playing the Pacers at home.
Okay.
They're down 1. Well, let me rephrase. They're down 2. Julius Randle gets fouled with 0.1 seconds left on the clock in regulation. He gets 2 free throws. Makes the first. Awesome stuff. What does he do for the New York Knicks? He misses the second free throw, and they lose by 1 point at home with their new coach. I just found that to be absolutely hysterical, and I wanted to bring that up because I just feel like we should reiterate every week
The Knicks suck.
that the Knicks suck, and even Knicks fans, I think, will tell you they suck. I don't think
they know it.
I don't even think they're offended of me bringing that up constantly.
It's
They're trash.
just the
They're
fact
bad.
that they knew they sucked, and they were almost in a tank for Zion mindset.
Yeah,
And they didn't get him.
and they were, and then they didn't, and they were sure they would, and they didn't. But RJ Barrett looks like a decent player so far.
Yeah.
The only nice thing I'll say about the Knicks today is RJ Barrett looks like a good
He is
player.
a small piece of hope for that team.
Absolutely,
Small.
very small,
Very. So,
very small.
basically, RJ Barrett and the fact that they have the most historic arena is all they got.
Yes,
That's it.
they'll never win one of these.
Not anytime soon.
Not like I did in fantasy hockey. Anyways,
Yes,
what else
I
happened?
doubt
this
the
week,
Knicks
Victor?
are going to win a fantasy hockey league anytime soon.
What else happened, Victor?
Well, going to the Sixers, Coach Brett Brown came out and said some very exciting news, at least to Sixers fans, and he wants Ben Simmons attempting at least 1-3 a game. So, Ben Simmons, in his only actual 2 3-point shots that were legitimate, not like half court or further,
Right.
that he attempted, he's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
And after that, Coach Brown said, "You know what? I want you to take more."
And then he proceeded to not to
Not a
in the
1.
very next game.
Not a 1. And keep in mind, they were up 19 at one point in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more, actually. I believe it was
Which
more.
begs the question, what the hell? What are we doing here?
He didn't come out. Like,
Right.
other than his normal break. So it wasn't like he wasn't in the game because they were up.
So you wonder if
why
it's
isn't
still
he
a
taking it?
confidence thing or if it's just more so. They were playing pretty tight on him all game.
They were.
He didn't really get an open look for 3 and just didn't shoot it. So maybe it's just a matter of opportunity. He still wants to make the right basketball play.
Right. He doesn't
rather
want
than
to
just,
force it.
Right. I think it's more so that, but we're gonna see. I mean, we'll see. They play tonight against the Nuggets again, so we'll see if he puts one up tonight.
But I also want to see him get in a rhythm of attempting them while he's at home. Because I don't want him to go on the road, miss 3, hear the crowd, and then have it get in his head. I want him to make a few more at home before he goes out.
And speaking of at home, there remain just 3 now undefeated teams at home. That would be the Miami Heat, Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers. Heat and Celtics both 9-0. Sixers are now 12-0. at Wells Fargo Center. The Raptors were the 4th team last week. They've lost 2 consecutive games at home now, so they are no longer undefeated. Last bit of news for the week before we just do our normal wrap-up of where teams are in the standings. Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks made NBA history. He recorded his 19th straight game with at least 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. That is the longest streak, I should say, in NBA history. He passed Michael Jordan, who had 18. So, just goes to show, we know this guy's a beast. Just goes to show now he has proof that, yeah, he is a beast. He is legit. So, congrats to Luka. Very good young player. Dude still, I think, he's only 21.
Yeah, he's got a long career ahead of him.
Yeah. And the Mavericks also playing very well so far. In a playoff spot, so good on Dallas as well. Speaking of playoffs, let's take a look at the standings.
Top 3 teams in the league. Number 1, the Los Angeles Lakers, numbered at 21-3. Had to fact check that. Milwaukee, number 2 at 20-3, and the number 3 team replacing Toronto. They're a division rival, Boston, 16-5. So those 2 home losses back to back. Toronto knocked them out.
There you go. And your bottom 3 teams in the league, which I would say might look like this for maybe the rest of the season. The Cleveland Cavaliers at 5-17 have fallen into the bottom of 3. The Hawks have won some games, so they're out. They're ahead. Golden State 5-19, your second worst team in the league. They won a game again this past week, but lost the rest. And then the New York Knicks winless in this past week at 4-19. Your worst team in the National Basketball Association, again proving the point, the Knicks suck. And that'll do it. We'll end on that note. The New York Knicks are a trash basketball franchise. If you agree with me, leave a like on this video and comment down below just how bad they are on a scale of 1 to 10.
If you disagree, let us know how long you've been a Knicks fan for.
Yes. And also, how bad do you think they are on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yes.
Because that would make for some
interesting
some interesting feedback there. That'll do it. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow to talk that hockey.
Let's do that hockey.
Who knows where we'll be recording. So stay tuned for that.